We're leaving the rap game, right?
Yes.
Joe. And how is this position in podcast world presented to you? How is someone?
There was no position presented to me.
So how did you discover it? What you
talking about doing this?
You're doing podcasting, yes.
He had been doing digital content
yes,
since as long as I can remember.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Long time. But presented to me, listen to that.
No,
that sounds like the Illuminati came to you.
Ah, damn.
Well, yeah, early on, let me not say that, because Combat and them presented a situation before you even knew that there were situations to be presented. And that just wasn't my cup of tea. Right. So, yeah, presented in we started in 2015.
2015?
Yeah, 2015, February 17th.
Wait, the podcast?
I started my podcast February 17th.
Because you were doing Joe Budden TV first, right?
Yeah, that's
wait.
That's 2 decades ago.
I'm thinking that's around us.
Yeah, but yeah. I felt like
We're
Joe
not too
Budden,
far apart.
No, but I felt like Joe Budden TV.
I felt like
starting.
Yeah, I guess we're going back to how far you were doing content.
Yeah,
in general.
Y'all are going back to, if we're going back to the early days of content, I worked at Hot 97 in 04, I want to say.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I remember that.
In 2010, I had my own solo show that I was just uploading to iTunes called This Is My Fucking Show. That was in 2010, and that more so was just like a practice rehearsal and just speaking.
By yourself?
By myself. And I was uploading that. Joe Budden TV, we started that, and I started that in 2007.
Damn.
2006.
He a full OG out here.
And that went as long as it went.
And that was, you were monetizing Joe Budden TV at the time? Or was it just
there was no monetizing
to do it?
in 2007. There was no monetizing.
Okay.
You had to be down with, that came in 09 and then when I seen Miss Info and Low Key and all of them, you had to be down with a gang to get monetization.
Right.
I forgot what the name of the gangs were.
Y'all thought I was blowing it up. He blowing it up.
Well, I don't mean to, but I mean, once you find out that there's coin to be had and you start to make calls and you see how protective people were over the different avenues.
Right.
Like,
because it was limited.
Yeah, very limited. And at the time, when I started my podcast, like, there was nothing to be presented because what was anybody doing?
Wasn't Peter Rosenberg at first, like, trying to monetize you? Like, he was trying to, like...
he was trying to produce me.
Okay.
But I'm difficult to produce.
Because you the only person that can produce you.
I'm a producer.
Yes. That makes sense.
So I'm watching to see what you produce.
Right.
And if you're not producing, then I can produce that.
It's a producer's...
Are you saying Peter Rosenberg was not producing? And can we get some switches, please?
I'm not saying that because Rosenberg saw a talent and acted on an idea.
I believe he was right.
Yeah, he clearly was right. So I'm not saying he wasn't producing. I'm saying at the time, my idea of producing and his idea of producing may not have been the same. He might not have known how to produce me at that time, but it just wasn't there then. It wasn't there.
You know, to talk about...
And shout out to Rosenberg. I never want to deny him of the part that he played. The part that anybody played in my journey, my past, my path, my road to today, I don't ever want to discredit or sound like I am.
I love that. Let's make some noise for that.
But hold on, because I think it's important to note that you weren't monetizing early on, but you were going hard in digital content space.
Yes.
When it wasn't cool, wasn't popular.
It looked like you knew. It looked like you knew from the outside looking in. I'm sorry. It looked like you knew what you was doing. You did you know?
Well, I knew what I was doing creatively.
Did I answer your question?
Creatively only.
No, yeah, and you knew that it was doing something. It was giving you some kind of, not revenue.
It was a return.
It
wasn't a financial return, but there was a return for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for Drink Champs, we did XM before the merger, and then Sirius XM for like 2 or 3 years.
Yes,
I always forget if it's 2 or 3 or what, but we did it for several years.
When I say Military Crazy Raw Radio,
that's what we're talking about. That show.
We had a whole nother show
in my studio in South Miami.
Yep, we had a whole nother show, and
we made no money off of that. It was a weekly show.
Yeah.
We had a DJ, a mix show part of it, and it looked and sounded just like Drink Champs.
But if you go look at it on YouTube right now, it's Drink Champs
without
guests. Same exact. It's just without Drink Champs. So that's why I credit you. You know, I talk about you like this when you're not around. I credit you because you said to me, we don't have to change nothing.
Right.
And I was like, if that didn't work, why would we do something that didn't work? And he was like, it's because we didn't see the people. Like, it didn't get to the people that it was supposed to work with. And you were right. Let's make some noise for EFN. Goddamn it. So, at what point did you get to use, like, man, fuck Rory and Ma?
Damn, bro.
Because you just cut them off. It was like, let's go. You were just like, it's a Joe Budden show now. It was.
I was like, thank God it's not called the Nori Show.
What was it? It was called Name That Podcast Later. Then the nigga said, Joe Budden Show, you gotta go.
That's not true.
I'm sorry.
You get spicy there. But that's not true though.
Okay.
I changed the name of the podcast long before my previous co-host left.
Okay.
Like,
you don't even want to say their name. Damn.
I don't.
Jesus.
It got real.
Yeah, when I was trying to figure out, I couldn't get over that 50,000 hump. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, this is 2015, year one. I remember saying to my co-host, why can't this thing, my goal for next year is to get this thing over 50,000 listeners. This is ridiculous. But every time you went to search, you couldn't really find much because it was called I'll Name This Podcast Later. I tried to do the initials, acronyms, I tried everything. But it was like, the last thing I wanted to do was name my shit the Joe Budden Podcast. Right? But there's an equity that your name carries in this business.
Right.
So I've run into that problem quite a bit. My last album was called Rage in the Machine. I did it. A-Rap did the whole thing.
A-Rap music.
A-Rap did the whole thing. I wanted us to be called a group. I wanted us to have a group name and put the second album out
like
under
Prime.
that. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do.
Like Joe Rap.
Huh?
Like Joe Rap. That's the group.
Something like that.
Okay.
My distributors at the time just didn't see that because my name had an equity. There was a value in that. But for a long time, I tried not to use the name Joe Budden. It's funny they call me a narcissist.
Yo.
I see how it looks that way, though.
But
it worked. The second that we changed it to the Joe Budden Show, or the Joe Budden Podcast, you could see the gradual growth from things were easy to track now. It helped tremendously. And when it seemed like that might be a problem for my co-hosts, we added their name. We added their name. It said the Joe Budden Podcast featuring blank and blank.
Rory and Ma.
It said that.
So because there's a famous clip, I want to say famous clip of Ma, right? And he's saying, well, don't talk to me like that. I want respect. I want... And everyone seems to think that that's about you. You know this clip that I'm talking about?
No.
All right. Well, it's a clip where he goes, well, this certain people can't talk to me like this, and I just want respect. He said, I don't care about the bag because some of my closest friends are broke, and it's all over the internet, and everyone always...
Not my internet.
Not your internet?
Everybody else's internet, probably. This guy all over the internet.
Exclusive.
Must be two sides.
I love people.
But so how is that? Because you see these guys, you guys make a separation regardless of what, and they go and make this other podcast. Is this something that you're giving a blessing to, or this something like
when at the time that all of that was going on? Well, once we're not associated anymore, everybody's free to do whatever they wanted to do.
Right.
But it was solely over the name, over the calling it the Joe Budden Podcast?
No, y'all are talking about two different things.
Oh.
Okay.
So why change the show? Like, why change the show? I'm gonna get to the show now, but like, what was the nail that
the straw that broke
the back? What was the separation?
What when we finally?
Yeah, why was it?
The version that went to the public is that I was stealing.
That you were stealing?
Yeah.
Why did I hear the opposite?
Yeah, they would. Well.
Or they? No.
No, they thought I was stealing.
They said that you were stealing?
Yeah, fudging number. You so cute, this nigga.
Oh no! I'm really trying.
So cute.
No, I'm really trying because what I had heard was
what you heard.
All right, this is pure industry shit. This is not like not anybody valid.
This is what gets black male podcasters in trouble. That one little, let me tell you what I heard. This guy, look, these guys are great.
No, this is
you gotta be careful. You got to be careful.
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you.
You don't have to be careful over here.
You don't have to tell me what you heard.
We got your back. So what I heard was,
what'd you hear?
A bag came in. They expected a certain type of bag, and they didn't get, right? But the reason why I heard that was because it was a week before, I believe, you criticized Gilly and Wallow of not paying the engineer. And as this timeline's...
I have no idea, so I'm just listening.
Okay, yeah. No, but that's what I heard, is that because me, as an outsider looking in, I didn't see nothing wrong with you, Rory, and Ma. I thought y'all was like a great combination.
It seemed like good chemistry.
Like, so I don't understand where there's any problem that happened.
You'd have to ask them.
Sure, it was not on your behalf.
Well, I have nothing negative to say about anybody.
Damn, Joe. This is great.
Yeah. Listen, I like that everybody is where they want to be.
I feel like people sign NDAs over here.
Doing what they want to do with the people that they want to do it with.
Yeah.